So, what if rural schools could get all the benefits of AI, but with none of the risks? Today, we're going to break down a really fascinating project from Northwest Missouri State University called RAIDH-TEI. It is a radical new plan to bring powerful AI into the classroom, and honestly, it could change everything.
And really, this single question is what this is all about. It's at the very heart of a multi-million-dollar federal grant proposal, and it gets at a massive problem. How do we keep our rural schools from getting left behind in the AI revolution? You know, the AI revolution is definitely here, but it is not showing up for everyone equally. For a lot of rural schools, the promise of AI comes with a whole set of unique challenges that can feel, well, almost impossible to overcome.
Think about it from their perspective. When these schools look at commercial AI, they just hit one roadblock after another. First off, there's the problem of limited internet bandwidth. Then you've got these sky-high subscription costs that are often totally unsustainable. And maybe the biggest deal of all, the very serious risks to student data privacy.
Okay, so how do you even begin to solve for all of that? Well, this project proposes a fundamental shift in thinking. The idea isn't just about giving schools AI, it's about giving them complete control over it.
So here's the core concept, and it's actually pretty brilliant. Instead of connecting to some big tech company's cloud server, the AI models themselves run directly on computers inside the school, completely offline. That means no cloud and no sending data anywhere, period. So let's really put these two models side by side. The standard commercial model, that's cloud-based, it shares user data, and it locks you into those ongoing subscription fees. But the RAIDH-TEI model, it's local, it's private, and there are absolutely zero recurring costs. And this whole new model, it's built on three, totally non-negotiable principles. First, privacy by design, so security is baked in from the start, not an afterthought. Second, complete local control over all the tools. And third, total transparency, so teachers and students know exactly how the AI works. Now, we're not just talking about a single piece of software here. This is so much bigger. The project is designed as a complete, self-sustaining ecosystem that's meant to transform education right from the ground up. So how does this ecosystem actually work? Well, it breaks down into three really clear steps. First, you train the educators. Second, you deploy these awesome creative labs called story labs right into the schools. And third, you launch a new university major to create a pipeline of talent that can keep this whole thing going long term. All right, so step one, the foundation of this whole thing, is a brand new 3-course sequence for future teachers. The idea is to embed AI literacy directly into their training before they even step foot in a classroom. And listen, these are not your basic how to use a computer classes. They're covering the foundations of AI literacy, then they dive deep into digital humanities for K12 classrooms, and finally, they focus on AI-supported storytelling. It's about making teachers not just users of the tech, but critical and creative guides for their students. Okay, so once the teachers are trained, step 2 kicks in, the Rural Story Lab Network. These are creative digital spaces that get deployed directly into partner rural schools, basically turning classrooms into these little hubs of innovation. So what's actually in one of these story labs? Well, think of it like a powerful creative hub. It's fully equipped with Apple hardware, we're talking Mac Minis and MacBooks, all the media production tools you'd need for audio and video, and, of course, the most important part, those locally hosted, offline AI models. But, just dropping off hardware and training teachers, that's not enough to make this last. To make sure this work has a real future, the university is launching a brand new undergraduate major called Creative Technologies. This new major is all about getting students ready for an AI-powered world. It does that by merging technology with the arts, the humanities, and social sciences. What this does is create a sustainable pipeline of talent, people who understand this new ecosystem from the inside out. And I really want to stress this. This is not a short-term fix. The proposal lays out this ambitious, decade-long vision to transform not just a few schools, but an entire regional education landscape. And they've got it all mapped out. It's a strategic rollout. In year 1, the first story labs get launched. By year 5, the goal is for the university to be a statewide hub for this kind of rural AI literacy. And by year 10, the goal is to be a national leader, actually shaping policy and the workforce. Now, a vision this ambitious needs funding, right? And the ask is very specific. To make all of this happen, the project is seeking just over $2.5 million in federal funding spread out over 4 years.
So where's all that money going? Well, if you look at the breakdown, it's all about investing in sustainable, long-term assets. The biggest slice goes to personnel, the people who will actually develop the curriculum and do the work. That's followed by key one-time investments in equipment for the story labs and some outside experts. But notice what's missing? Yeah, zero recurring subscription fees.
You know, when you step back and look at the big picture, what this entire initiative is really doing is asking us to fundamentally rethink the future of technology in our schools. It's a direct challenge to the status quo. This quote from the proposal itself just says it all, doesn't it? The goal is empowerment. It's about creating a model that isn't dependent on big tech companies, but instead gives control, creativity, and responsibility back to local communities. So, what's the big takeaway here? If you boil it all down, the RAIDH-TEI model offers a solution built on 3 pillars. It's sustainable because it eliminates those recurring costs. It's secure because it prioritizes privacy above all else. And it's empowering by putting schools back in charge of their own technology. And that really leaves us with one last big question to think about. As these massive tech companies keep pushing for more and more cloud integration into every corner of our lives, maybe, just maybe, the most innovative and equitable path forward for education is actually smaller, more local, and community controlled.